Westerns are full of myths, duels at high noon, outlaws with golden hearts, and cowboys shooting from the hip. But some films dared to tell it straight. No romance, no gloss, just raw, dust-choked history. These aren't your typical Hollywood shootouts. These are the 12 most historically accurate Westerns ever filmed. Each one grounded in real people, real events, in a real American West that was far more complex than legend. No fantasy here, just fact, grit, and great filmmaking. 1. The Big Trail, 1930. Long before John Wayne became a household name, he starred in this ambitious epic directed by Raoul Walsh. Shot in widescreen 70mm and on actual frontier locations, The Big Trail recreated real wagon train migrations with startling authenticity. The production hauled hundreds of extras, livestock, and gear across rough terrain, mirroring what pioneers actually faced. Native Americans weren't just side characters. They were part of the narrative. Every mile felt like history unfolding. 2. The Outlaw Josie Wales, 1976. Clint Eastwood plays a Missouri farmer turned Confederate guerrilla in the bloody aftermath of the Civil War. While fictional, the film is rooted in real events: the brutal border conflicts, the Union Jayhawkers, and displaced rebels. Eastwood's portrayal of Josie Wales reflects how some Southerners kept fighting long after the war officially ended. It's grim, bloody, and steeped in the chaos of post-war America, capturing the lawlessness of Reconstruction with a rare level of realism. 3. Ride with the Devil, 1999. Directed by Ang Lee, this Civil War Western explores the lesser-known guerrilla fighting in Missouri. Based on real raids by bushwhackers and Union loyalists, the film portrays war not as a noble cause, but as raw survival. Characters speak in period-accurate dialects, and the costumes, weapons, and rural settings are painstakingly detailed. It's not flashy, it's not heroic, it's historically honest, and that's what makes it powerful. 4. Deadwood, 2004 to 2006 HBO series. Okay, not a film, but Deadwood is too accurate to ignore. Set in the real mining camp of Deadwood, South Dakota, it features actual historical figures: Al Swearingen, Wild Bill Hickok, Calamity Jane. The show recreated the lawless rise of a boomtown with muddy streets, political schemes, and brutal justice. Dialogues mimic 19th century cadence, and the showrunners are obsessed over historical records. This is the Old West stripped of glamour, just greed, survival, and human nature. 5. The Homesman, 2014, set in the Nebraska Territory of the 1850s. The Homesman takes a rarely told angle on frontier life, the plight of women. Hilary Swank plays a frontier woman transporting 3 mentally ill women across harsh plains. The hardships, starvation, isolation, brutal winters, are historically accurate and emotionally devastating. The film avoids stylized shootouts, focusing instead on what survival really meant for settlers, especially women. It's a raw portrayal of psychological tolls, rarely shown in traditional Westerns. 6. Meek's Cutoff, 2010. This minimalist Western is based on the true 1845 expedition of Stephen Meek, a guide who led settlers off course through Oregon's high desert. The film captures the disorientation, silence, and creeping desperation of people lost in unfamiliar, unforgiving terrain. Dialogue is sparse, and there's no score to guide emotion. The use of period clothing, authentic wagons, and natural lighting adds to the realism. It's one of the few Westerns that show just how slow, risky, and uncertain westward travel actually was. 7. Geronimo, an American Legend, 1993. Wes Studi stars as the legendary Apache leader Geronimo, and the film follows his resistance against the U.S. Army in the late 1800s. While dramatized, it sticks closely to documented events, including betrayals by the U.S. government, forced relocations, and the clashes between native customs and expanding American imperialism. The film avoids cartoonish depictions of Native Americans and instead explores their resistance with depth and historical context. It's one of the more respectful, accurate portrayals of Native American history in mainstream film. 8. The Revenant, 2015. Though more of a survival epic, The Revenant is deeply rooted in history. Based on the real-life ordeal of Hugh Glass, a fur trapper left for dead in 1823, the film painstakingly recreates frontier life down to the clothing, weapons, and treacherous landscapes. The harsh wilderness isn't just a setting, it's an antagonist. The Arikara tribe is portrayed with cultural accuracy, and the film explores the collision of colonial greed and native resistance without pulling punches. It's brutal but authentic. 11. The Keeping Room, 2014. Set near the end of the Civil War, this tense, stripped-down film follows 3 Southern women defending their home from Union soldiers. The filmmakers prioritize historical accuracy in costume, speech, and setting, showing the overlooked reality of women left behind during wartime. It also explores the complex dynamics between a white woman and her black servant, reflecting class, gender, and racial tensions with nuance. It's quiet but disturbing and far more authentic than typical war-adjacent westerns. 12. Hostiles, 2017. Set in 1892, Hostiles centers on a hardened Army captain escorting a dying Cheyenne chief home through dangerous territory. It portrays post-war fatigue, native displacement, and the violent legacy of expansion with gravity. The filmmakers worked with Cheyenne consultants to ensure language, rituals, and costume accuracy. It doesn't excuse the violence on either side, but focuses on reconciliation and loss. The mood is somber, the landscape's harsh, and the storytelling rooted in history rather than fantasy. And there you have it, 12 westerns that didn't just tell stories, they got the history right. From real battles to authentic frontier law, these films brought the Old West to life without sugarcoating a thing. Which one surprised you the most? Or did we miss a title you think deserved a spot? Let us know in the comments. We read every one of them. And if you're into gritty realism and untold movie facts, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss out. More forgotten gems and cinematic deep dives coming your way. Stay tuned.